Hey guys, I just wanted to show you, this is what you do when you got one that wants to jump in the dog food feeder. Or if she keeps getting out to the fence, you can use this too. But she's a dog food feeder violator, and so we put that yoke on her. It's kind of an old trick. People don't use that much anymore. We used to use it on cows when they would keep going through the fence with them. They put a much larger forked stick on them, and then you see you just wire it across the top above their neck. It's a piece of wire there that keeps it on. So I thought you might like that little tip, because it happens frequently, and sometimes we put a pipe between their horns to keep them jumping in. I thought with this one I would just try this trick here, and it's worked for a couple weeks now. We'll see. Hey guys, yeah, it's full-blown kidding and lambing season here, and most of you might have already kidded by now and lambed, but maybe not all of you. But hey, I just want to tell you, you're going out, if you haven't excuse me, if you haven't lambed or kidded on pasture before, you're probably going to experience maybe more of a death loss, because, well, it's just how it is. And you're checking them, but there's just mysterious deaths that you're not going to know anything about. It happens to everybody. I don't talk about it that much. I don't show you pictures of, animals that died for some reason or not. Basically because, the backlash you'd get, and people that don't understand the business and all that. But you just got to keep your chin up and realize there's more being born. So there's a reason goats and sheep have two at a time, and the death loss is maybe more than you anticipated if this is your first kidding season, or sometimes the first one goes good and it's the second, third, fourth, fifth one that something hits you. And it's nothing unusual. It's, if you're having 50 or 100 kids born a day, they're just not all going to make it. And you're going to have some nannies or ewes that you're going to just find dead for some reason. And that can happen any day of the year. That's just the nature of the business. You can, go out and check them, and then 2 hours later go out and have one you thought, they're perfectly fine, and find it 4 feet up, right? So, don't ignore it, but don't take it personal. Don't think you're doing something wrong or beat yourself up about it. It's very seldom you can do any kind of a post-mortem on them. I've tried it. We've taken them places and find anything out about why one died or whatever happened to it. It's just you're just not going to find out much. Local vets aren't going to know that much about it. It's just, I don't know, I just call it mysterious deaths. And there's just going to be a mystery. And cattle guys have the same thing. I've gone out and, have a dead cow for some unknown reason, just within hours of when I've seen them before. So it's just, when you're dealing with more animals, it seems like it's more, but percentage-wise, it's probably really not. So hey, if you're experiencing that, it's just normal. It's part of the business. Maybe not a part that you anticipated. It's not a part that you like, but it happens. So think about these guys. Think about the ones that are making it, doing good, right? Think about how this is what you wanted to do, and now you're doing it. So hey, hope that helps. And hey, if you like these videos, click the like button, subscribe, do all that stuff. I appreciate it. So we've opened the gate here that leads out from the pasture there. They're kidding in, and there's about 60 acres, 70 acres over there. And then it leads out into the oats and the winter peas, and there's vetch, and my gosh, I don't know what all out in here. Some volunteer even stuff. There's giant ragweed they really like. I'll show you what looks to me like they ate the first is this curly dock. That stuff is something like, I don't know, I'd have to look it up. I did one time, it seemed like it's 20, 30, maybe 40% protein, something crazy. There is if they eat too much of it, it could be detrimental. But when I've watched them, they seem to eat some of that and then go and eat something else. Yeah, see, here's another stalk of it. But they've eaten a lot of that other forage in here also. So we open the gate. We give them a bigger chunk of this right off the bat because it's going to take, I don't know, maybe a couple weeks for them to come out of that pasture into here, and then they won't all. We'll have to drive some of them out. It's just pretty tough when they have young kids, especially. Lambs aren't as hard to move, but you know how it is if you're moving animals while they're giving birth, and especially goats, because they hide their babies here and there, and just make it tough. And they don't really pair up as well when you're trying to move them. So we want to give them plenty of time to move over here, and then we'll move the last ones. So they spent about 3 weeks in that pasture, and they're still in it, but I just mean now we're opening this up. So we're using the smart fence here across this field, and you might recognize this field if you're a regular watcher. It's where we set the feeders out in the winter time when we're feeding the kids and lambs. Same field. Right up there's a house and working facilities and the loafing shed and that. But so it's not a quarter mile across this. It's a quarter mile deep. It's probably maybe half a quarter across this, where we pulled this smart fence through here to keep them off the other side. We didn't want to give them the whole piece, of course, and so it works really well for that. But then when I want to cross it, I got to come to the corner. See, right here. Now this is just a 3-wire high tensile fence that we have to keep them out of that field, and that was a cornfield last year. Then we grazed it, and then now we'll be planting some sorghum sudan in it probably later today. But that 3-wire fence keeps them off of that, and unless we want them on it. And then we'll let them through a gate. And then we just use these clips here to energize that smart fence off of this high tensile. So there you see, I just I did this corner, drove the 4-wheeler through, and then set the corner back up. I just kind of tied it off to this post. It'll hold it good enough. I gotta, well, I can buff it up here a little bit with this O'Brien post, if you know how to do that. And then just push it back. Kind of hard to do this one hand. But there you go. See how that works? Now we got our jumper clips. I'm just gonna, I think I'll put it right there on that metal piece. And there you have it. Works pretty easily. You have to about walk this smart fence when you're using it to set it up. Walk it to set it up, walk it to take it down. But it's not that big a deal, and well, I mean, honestly, don't you need the steps? Right. So that's how it works.